Hey, it's Mr. Collins here. I thought I'd just do a quick help video for this latest assignment called Vertex Form. I'm going to click on each of these and just kind of give you a quick rundown on how to do these problems. So the first section's called Vertex Form Coefficients. If I click there, what they're gonna give you is a graph, and you have to work backwards and find the equation. And it looks a little daunting at first till you recognize that the numbers in front here, that's what we call A. Remember, the form is A times x minus h squared plus k. The front here, the negative determines upside down. So actually all of these are negative, and 1/2 means it's a little bit wider. So really they're all the same there, right? Now we gotta look at the vertex. The vertex is 3 left and 1 down. It's at -3, -1. So actually, let's look at the y value, -1. That's over here. So that kind of limits us to just these two choices on the right here. And then finally, you got to remember the x value is counterintuitive. If it's a -3, if that's the coordinate of the x value, the equation is going to be a +3. The x's kind of work the opposite of the way your brain would think. So it's got to be this -1/2 times the quantity x plus 3 squared minus 1. Just remember the vertex is this number and this number, but for the x, it's the opposite of that guy, okay? All right, so we'll submit it. Hey, we got that one correct, awesome. Brief look at our guy's recommendation there, how he did it. Very similar to what we did. Let's look at one more of those. Again, we wanna match this graph. You could tell this one's a little bit steeper and skinnier, so the number in front is going to be more than 1. In fact, it's 3 for all of them. So that won't affect anything. So now we got to look at the vertex. It's at -2, which remember, that tells me I got to have an x plus 2. It's counterintuitive with the x's. And it's up 5, so it's got to be a -2 for the x. It's got to be a +5 for the y's. Remember, the y's behave exactly the way you think you would, right? This number on the end. So if I click this one here, I should get that one correct. Hey, let's do one more of these. I like working backwards. Okay, so now we have an upside down parabola, which means the leading coefficient better be negative out front. See, these guys are positive, so I could cross these out. Remember this, by the way, this is a good, someday you'll be taking, presumably again, an SAT or whatever with a lot of multiple choice. It's a good reminder on how to do these, right? You got to kind of cross out the ones that definitely don't work. So it's either C or D, right? These aren't really labeled, but C or D. Remember, 5 to the left actually gives you x plus 5. So already it's got to be this one. And of course, the y coordinate's down 1. That's a -1. So it's got to be that third choice there. If I submit it, we got that one correct. Hey, let's go back and check out one of the other topics here. Here's one, parabola features. They want the vertex. Of course, it's at 2 to the right, 9 up, so it'd be 2, 9 as an ordered pair. The only thing interesting, well, not interesting, that you got to watch is you got to tell it what type of answer. And a vertex is 1 point. It's one ordered pair. And you could see it gives you the parentheses. You just got to type in that 2, 9 here. Yeah, so you got to pick the right type of answer they're looking for. That's kind of a little strange thing, right? And why don't we do one more of those? Maybe it'll get us something different. Hey, the y-intercept, right? Well, don't forget the y-intercept is on the y-axis. It's down here. It looks to be, it's a little hard to see. Hey, don't forget, you can use the Command+ key to make the graphs a little bit bigger. You guys have good eyesight. You probably don't need that. And the answer type here, again, it's just 1 point. It's the point 0, -8. So by the way, the DeltaMath looks like a lot of problems. You can see they're fairly quickies, right? Excuse me. And if we do, let's just do one more of these. I want to do something different. Vertex. We already did a vertex one. Let's see if we could do one more type of that. We just got to hope that they, vertex. All right, well, we'll move on to another type problem. Increasing or decreasing domains. Where's the function decreasing? Well, that's over here, right? As you move left to right, this is going downhill. And don't forget, we're talking about what x values. Domain means the x values. So that arrow means it keeps going all the way up, but in particular, it keeps moving all the way to the left. So that would be negative infinity all the way to the vertex to -2. So by the way, these are always open intervals. So click the open parentheses for these. I want to type negative infinity. There's an infinity button there and -2 right next to it. I'll submit the answer. Hopefully we got that correct, right? Yeah, very good. And I like his little graphic here. Clearly that's downhill. Of course, if it was increasing, we would just pick the other side. Okay. All right, great. I hope that was useful, and we'll see you in the next video.